This video is for our 6.2 Day 2 notes. We're going to be practicing graphing these equations. So we are given the slope and the y-intercept for each of these problems, and my advice is always to graph the y-intercept first. Okay, graph y-intercept first. All right, so what we need to do is we need to find -5 on the y-axis and put a point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that purple point that I just drew is at -5 on the y-axis. So remember, your y-axis is up or down in orange there. Now you're going to use your slope. Remember that slope is rise over run, and for this example it's 2/3. So that means we're going to start from the point we already made. That purple dot is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to go up 2 blocks and then over 3 blocks, and then I'm going to make another point. And then I'm going to start from that blue point, and I'm going to go up 2/3, and I'm going to make another dot. We like to make at least 3, maybe a couple more blocks. I'll do one more. So now I'm starting from the orange dot, and I'm going up 2/3 and making another dot. Okay, now ultimately when you do this, you wouldn't have all those arrows, so you would just have these dots. And then what happens is we connect all the dots, we put arrows on either side, because remember, these lines are going on forever in both directions. And then our equation, we practiced this already, y equals 2/3, x comes next, and then y-intercept is -5. So number 2, first thing I recommend is graphing the y-intercept. So find +4 on the y-intercept. So there it is in red. From that point, we are now going to use our slope. So our slope is rise over run, and we're told that it's -1/6. So -1 means we're going down. So I'm starting at the red dot, and I'm going to go down 1, and then I'm going to run 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to put a dot. Now from that blue dot, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go down 1 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went off the graph. So that's not ideal. So what happens when you go off the graph and you need some more points is you can go backwards. So I'm going to start at the red dot, and I'm going to do the opposite, which means I'm going to go up 1 and to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to put a dot. Okay, so you can go backwards if you need to. So then I'm going to erase these arrows here so that I'm just left with my dots. And then we connect the dots, and there's our line. Our equation is y equals -1/6x plus 4. Number 3, let's graph the y-intercept first. So I'm finding +3 on the y-axis and making a dot. Now our slope, this is rise over run. And the only thing we have for slope is a -2. But let's remember, any number, no matter what it is, can be written over 1. So this is saying that the rise is -2 and the run is 1. So from the y-intercept, the purple point that I already have, I am going down 2 and over 1, making a dot. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Once I have at least 3, maybe 4 or 5 points, then I can connect them. Make sure you have the arrows on both sides, and there's your line. The equation is y equals -2x plus 3. And number 4, your y-intercept is -2. So I'm going to go -2, put a big dot. And look very closely. Your slope is 0. What does a slope of 0 look like? It's horizontal. Remember, we have our little guy standing on a 0 slope? So that means this line has to be horizontal through your red dot. And this is y equals -2. So I wanted to give one more example. What if the problem says that the slope is undefined and the x-intercept is 5? So think about what an undefined slope looks like. It's up and down. So that means the x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. So I have to find 5 on the x-axis. So there's my red dot. And then my line has to go through that straight up and down. Your equation is x equals 5 because your line is going through the x-axis.